ऑक्सफोर्ड प्रोग्रेसिव इंग्लिश 5 और ये इसका न्यू एडिशन है। इसमें हम आज करेंगे यूनिट 1 लेसन 3 लॉस्ट इन द डेजर्ट। तो ये देखेंगे साउंड का निशान है, तो मुझे साउंड चलाना है, आप उसके साथ साथ रीडिंग करेंगे। मैं इसको ऑन करती हूँ।
Unit 1, Lesson 3 Lost in the Desert. Listen as you read Part 1 of the diary. Then answer the questions. What happened to the airman's plane? What was their first important decision?
I'm writing this diary in pencil. The sun has just risen over the horizon and is still red. 2 days ago, Habib and I took off in our single-propeller biplane to fly to Gadames, where the borders of Algeria, Tunisia and Libya meet in the Sahara. I have flown over 450 hours and Habib has flown even more. We are both experienced aviators. 1 hour after takeoff, we ran into problems. We could see a dust storm on the horizon. It was wide and high, so we had no choice but to fly through it. Dust is the enemy of all engines. It gets into the fuel-air mixture and into the cylinders. The engine started to splutter and cough like an old man with a chesty disease. Then it died. I couldn't see the ground, but we glided lower and lower. The plane hit the ground and we bounced, spun round, leant over to one side, then stopped. Habib and I climbed out of the plane. We checked the food and drink in our day packs, some grapes, 2 oranges, 1 small cake, a half liter of coffee, and 250 milliliters of water. Barely enough for a few days in the desert, I fear. We discussed what we should do. Should we stay with the wrecked plane? It was visible from the air, but this desert, which I know well, measures 1,000 kilometers by 1,100 kilometers. How would anybody know where to look? There are a few wells, some scattered oases where people live. We decided we would have to walk. I also started writing this journal. Perhaps one day this will explain what happened to us.
Okay, so answer of this question is the airman's plane flew into the dust storm. The engine stopped and the plane had to land in the desert. अब इसका सेकंड का है their first decision was this: should they walk across the desert or should they stay with the plane?
Unit 1, Lesson 3, Exercise B. Listen as you read Part 2 of the diary. Then answer these questions. Which 3 decisions did they make later? Do you think these were wise decisions?
Day 1. Later. We both feel anxious and are especially worried about the midday sun. Habib shakes his head. If we walk during the day, we shall sweat out the moisture in our bodies. We have agreed to start walking just before sunset. Day 2. The early morning was very cold, with a white frost. We walked last night in the moonlight, using Habib's pocket compass. We stopped walking soon after sunrise and rested at the foot of a cliff in the shade. Today has been much worse. We didn't eat or drink yesterday. Our survival program is we shall not drink for the first 2 days, nor eat for the first 7 days. Humans can go for 21 days without food, but only for 7 days without water. We may not be alive after 7 days. Day 3. We are so thirsty that we cannot swallow. We have finished our food and drink contrary to our careful survival plans. We came to a wadi, that's a small valley. Water often collects under the center of a wadi, I croaked to Habib. If we walk along the wadi, we might find a well. In the daytime, the surface of the sand shone and sparkled like a lake. We both knew it was a mirage. The sand was cruelly pretending to be a lake. Later, I feel faint and sleepy. My heart is beating faster and I'm breathing rapidly too. This is the beginning of the end, I fear. Day 4. I think I can hear a cock crow as dawn approaches. I stop, bend my head to one side and listen. Strangely, Habib does the same, then looks at me. We both heard the cock crow, messenger of a new day, and maybe the welcome sign of an oasis. A Bedouin appears over the top of a hill, leading a dromedary by a rope. He looks at us in astonishment. He takes down a water skin from a bag on the dromedary. We press our faces, our mouths, our tongues into the skin of water. I'm still muddled in my head, but think, water, you have no color, no smell, no taste, but you are a life giver, a lifesaver.
So, answer of these questions. They walked during the night. They decided not to drink for the first 2 days and not to eat for the first 7 days. They walked along a wadi. They were all wise decisions. C. Reading for understanding. Answer these questions about part 1 and 2. Underline the sentences where you found the answer. फर्स्ट है why did they fly through the dust storm? इसका आंसर है it was so wide and so high that they couldn't fly around it. They had to fly through it. Second है why did the writer start to write his journal? He thought that he might possibly die in the desert. If he died and if somebody found his journal, then they would discover how he had died. Third, what became their daily routine on their long walk? They rested in the shade during the day and walked by night. Fourth, what did they hope to find somewhere in the wadi? They hoped to find a well. Fifth, how did the two men feel physically and mentally during their walk? Physically, they were faint and sleepy. They couldn't talk or swallow. The writer's heart was beating faster and he was breathing faster too. Mentally, the writer thought he was going to die. He was mentally muddled. D have where can these extra sentences A to F be added to the points in the story marked 1 to 6? आपने स्टोरी के दौरान देखा होगा कहीं पे 1 लिखा हुआ था, 2 वहाँ पे जो है दिए हुए थे नंबरिंग। तो वहाँ पे यहाँ ये जो है ये सेंटेंसेस कहाँ पे वहाँ पे फिट होते हैं। जो 1 में जाएगा वो बी है, आई शुड वंडर एट इट्स ब्यूटी बट आई एम कोल्ड एंड फियरफुल। ठीक है, ये 1 में जाएगा। और जो है एफ ये 2 में जाएगा, माई हार्ट वॉज बीटिंग रैपिडली। नेक्स्ट है डी, ये 3rd में जाएगा, फॉर्चुनेटली वी वर नॉट इंजर्ड अपार्ट फ्रॉम अ फ्यू ब्रूजेस। फ्यू ब्रूजेस। अगला जो है 4th वो ए है, 4th में ए जाएगा, बट आई वॉज नॉट होपफुल इन माई हार्ट। नेक्स्ट वन इज सी, ये 5th वाले जो हिस्से में जाएगा जहां पे 6 लिखा होगा, माई हेड इज कंफ्यूज्ड। 6 में जाएगा ई, वी फॉल टू द ग्राउंड पार्टली इन वीकनेस पार्टली इन जॉय। ई में आ जाए, विच ऑफ द सेंटेंसेस इन एक्सरसाइज डी शो दैट द राइटर वॉज। 1 था वरिड एंड कोल्ड, बी ये था इसमें बी आ गया। 2nd में आएगा वेरी स्केयर्ड के साथ एफ, माई हार्ट वॉज बीटिंग रैपिडली। 3rd में आएगा डी, फॉर्चुनेटली वी वर नॉट इंजर्ड अपार्ट फ्रॉम अ फ्यू बरीज, तो ब्रूजेस, बरीज पता नहीं क्यों निकल जाता है, ब्रूजेस। 3rd में ये आ जाएगा और 4th में आ जाएगा एक्सपेक्टिंग द वर्स्ट, और यहाँ पे आएगा ए, बट आई वॉज नॉट होपफुल इन माई हार्ट। 5th में आएगा पजल्ड, तो यहाँ पे सी आएगा, माई हेड इज कंफ्यूज्ड। और 6 में आएगा ई, वी फॉल टू द ग्राउंड पार्टली इन वीकनेस पार्टली इन जॉय। तो ये एग्जॉस्टेड एंड ओवरजॉयड का था। ठीक है 6। तो ये हमारा जो लेसन 3 है वो यहाँ पे कंप्लीट हो गया। और फिर जो हम इससे अगला लेसन है वो नेक्स्ट वीडियो में करेंगे। आपको इस बुक से रिलेटेड कहीं से भी कोई भी यूनिट या कोई लेसन या कुछ भी आपको कोई हेल्प चाहिए तो आप हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख सकते हैं। हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आपको उसका जो हल है वो जल्द से जल्द वीडियो बना के दे दें। और ये इससे रिलेटेड और वीडियो जो हैं वो इसी प्लेलिस्ट में मौजूद हैं, जो कि प्रोग्रेसिव इंग्लिश 5 के नाम से प्लेलिस्ट मौजूद है चैनल के अंदर। थैंक यू।